We'll get started. Ooh, I didn't go on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. Let me do that. There we go. Okay, just waiting. It's waiting. It's coming. I can see it. There it is. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday morning at 10:30. And we have quite the stormy day here near Tampa. It's raining right now, and I think it's supposed to rain all day. So it's a good day to sew. What can you say? Hi, Karen. Hi, so Sabrina, Nancy. Oh, Michelle's gone to bed. I completely get it. I did so many years of night work. So many. Nothing keeps you up when you're tired and you have to go to bed. I hear you. That is it. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Tony. Oh, Tony, sewing rooms are a work in progress. I can't tell you, in the 13 years we've lived here, I can't tell you how many times I've rearranged these rooms. But, you got to make it work for you, so things do change. So, hi, Lorena. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Diane. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Debbie. Hi, guys. I got my coffee, and I got to plug in my warmer. So let me turn around and do that. There we go. I won't put it on there yet because it's pretty hot. I've got my water here in my cup holder. Can you see that? I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, my cup holder. The things people invent are just very smart. Hi, Annie. Misty. Your sewing room is in the dungeon. Edith's bunker. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I think that's good. Hi, Kathy. Misty, are you, did you get your work done and you're going to watch and then you're going to get more work done? I love it. Okay, good. All right, so, hi, Denise. Hi, Asa. From Sweden. Sweden, I love it. All right, so, what we're going to do today is I have a free pattern out on jeanniebags.com. Hi, Brenna. Hi, Dawn. If one of you guys could, and Lori's here too, if one of you guys could link that free pattern, it's just the leather tote. Very simple, no pictures, no real directions. There is a video that goes along with that pattern. This video is based off that pattern. It's going to be just a hair different. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Lainey. Hi, guys. So, I have done a little bit of prep work. I have done, because I had to do some gluing because this is double-sided leather. That's what we're using today. Here it is. Here's a piece of it. Here's one side of the leather and here's the other side. The temper of it is probably a medium or so. Medium to, not quite firm, but medium. I'd say medium temper. Double-sided. It is fairly thick. I never even measured the thickness. Let's just do that. This is really going to be about a learning process because I've never used double-sided leather. This is 4 ounce. Just a little bit more than 4 ounce. Maybe 4.2 ounce. 4.2 ounce double-sided leather. Hi, Amanda. Brenna, you have to go to work. Bummer. Oh, you have an appointment. Okay. See you, Brenna. Give Maggie a kiss for Aunt Barbie, please. So I've done, like I said, a little bit of prep work. These two are the sides. So what's different, I'll tell you what's different than the pattern. If there were a bunch of people that downloaded the free pattern. I made this an inch wider. So this is the sides. It's kind of a boxy tote. These are 12 by 6. I used one of the ones that I have. In fact, This is one of the first ones I made. This leather is very, very soft. So this is one of the first ones I made. And I used this one, so this is my tote. I didn't think it was wide enough. It's tall enough, but it wasn't wide enough. So this one was 5 inches when I started. I'm pretty sure. Let me look now that I tell you. Yeah, it was 5 inches when I started. This one I'm making today is 6 inches. So these are the two sides. I'm going to use this tan, kind of a taupey color on the outside. And the beautiful pumpkin color is going to be on the inside. Okay, so those are the two side pieces. My straps, oops, and my front and back. Sorry, I have some parchment paper down there. It's making a bunch of racket. Hold on. I always use, when I do use glue, I use parchment paper. It's pretty cheap and it's good. So then my front and back are 12 tall by 13 wide. So it's an inch wider in depth and an inch wider in width. So these are my two front and back. So I already did put my magnetic snaps on. And I'm going to save a lot of measurements here because I want to have it recorded so I can go back and get them for myself. So for the magnetic snaps, I measured over 3.5 inches and 1.5 inches down from the top. So 3.5 inches over and 1.5 inches down from the top. The previous ones I only did one snap, and because this leather is a little firmer, I thought I needed two. Hi, Mary. This is my pattern, Mary. It's a very simple, it's a free pattern. It's, yeah. Hi, Valerie. Misty, call ahead before you go down to Tandy because they don't always have it. Every time I have gone, they only have 1 or 2 pieces of double-sided leather. And the last time I was in there, they only had 1. I didn't get it, but they don't carry a lot of double-sided leather, just FYI. So those are the front and back with my magnetic snaps. And I used rivet magnetic snaps because, you know, this is going to be raw edge on the inside. So I didn't want any prongs showing. And then I did do my straps. I was only going to do 1 layer, but as I was messing around with it this morning, I decided that just wasn't going to be enough sturdiness. So I cut 2 more pieces and I glued them together and then I top stitched. And then I did round my corners just with a tool. Let me see. This is a tool that I got on Tandy. This is a 1-inch strap end tool. You can see. And you just cut it. It cuts beautifully. Now these tools, I'll just say, are not cheap. So it's not something, I've been doing leather for close to 2 years now, and I just got this not long ago. And I don't use it all the time, but it's not something you must have. No worries, Mary. No worries at all. So on the straps, I did one side in the pumpkin and one side in the taupe. And both of my ends are rounded. Okay? So those are the 2 straps. So they're glued and top stitched. And I used, let me show you what I used. I used leather cement glue, but it's the water base. Let me put you down here so you can see. It's Aquilium water-based leather cement. Aquilium 315 water-based adhesive. So the only challenge with this is especially on a live, you have to have drying time before you put the pieces together. So I added this to my pieces, and then I had to wait about 20 minutes or so for the cement to get tacky, and then I could put them together, and then I've let them dry. So I did this gluing this morning, probably 3 hours ago, and it's completely dry now. So then I also did a false bottom. So that's what this is. This is a 1/2 inch smaller than my base. So my base, I already put my feet on too. My base is 6 inches by 13 inches, and I did put my feet on. And even though this is 4.2 ounces, I added a couple pieces of Decaville Heavy, and I also put some Loctite so they wouldn't unscrew. So I put five on. Let me tell you what I did for this. I measured in 2 inches from each side and an inch and a half. Yeah, inch and a half from the long edge. So on my feet, I measured 2 inches in on each short edge and an inch and a half. And then this middle one is just centered. Hi, Julie. And then I've had in my bag making experience, I've had one purse feet come off. And so ever since that happened, I've used Loctite. It only takes a dab of Loctite, and then you screw it on, and they're dry now. They're not going anywhere. They're very secure. Okay, so but I did use 2 pieces of Decaville. I don't want any daylight here between the purse feet and the leather. So whatever you have to use. Some people use foam. Some people use fleece. I just happen to use Decaville Heavy. Okay, so that's the bottom, 6 by 13. Then for my false bottom, I used, hi Jean. I used 1/2 an inch smaller on all 4 edges. Hey Deb. Because I'm going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance, probably a little less than a 1/2 inch, maybe a 3/8. You'll see. This is going to be a work in progress today. Hi Donna. Hi Donna Ray. And then this is some really heavy duty stabilizer. I got a huge piece from Tandy. This is probably only the 3rd time I've used it, but this is also glued on with the Aquilium 315. I put glue on both this leather and on the stabilizer. I could marry. That's a great idea. I didn't think of that. I will do it. I don't have any, I don't think I have any light gold. I'm using light gold hardware. I've got my tassel hardware on order in light gold, but I don't have it yet. So I'll have to see what I have. Hi, Candace. So this is heavy duty stabilizer glued onto my leather, and then I did top stitch it 1/2 an inch all the way around. This is my plan is this is just going to be set inside the bottom once I finish the bag. So that if something, spills or whatever, you can take this out and wipe it down and put it back in. So that's my plan. So those are the 2 base pieces. 6 by 13 for the base. I added my hardware. So this will go like this, and this will be down inside. So those purse feet will be covered. Just like that. Hi, Sandra. Okay, so those are my 2 bases. And then I do have a cell phone pocket. This cell phone pocket is 8 by 5 because it's going to be left raw edge. I think in the pattern, like on this one, I put a lining piece on this one. So this is 8 by 6. if you're going to line your cell phone pocket. Hi, Diane. Deanne. And I did put my tag on already. So you can see the stitches because everything's raw edge. I mean, it's not raw, it's leather on this side. But I couldn't use any prongs here, is what I'm trying to say. So here's my dilemma, you guys. I did do somebody asked me yesterday, I think it was Jan, are you going to skive? And I said no, because it's leather on both sides. However, I was talking to my friend Ethel this morning, and she said, well, can you skive it if you want to make your seams thinner? And I said, I don't know. Let's go try it. So I turned my skivey on, and sure enough, you can skive double-sided leather. I had no idea. So if I wanted to, I could do that and fold it over, and the seam will be much thinner. So that is a possibility. I don't think that's what I'm going to do today. And here's why. Because here's two seam options. This is probably your most typical seam option where this is the outside. You do a seam, and this one I just happened to do a 1/2 inch seam. And then I opened my seam and top stitched it. It's fine. The problem I'm going to run into is this right here is going to be really thick. Really thick. And I don't think that's what I want to do. Now, if I had skived that, it probably would be okay. But if you can see how thick that's going to be. Now, I could, even though it looks like there's a hole there, it's sewn. I could put another row of top stitching, and that would flatten that out. But it would still be very thick. Plus, you have the thickness of your bottom piece. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Joanna. So, I don't know. That's an option. I've pretty much decided what option I'm going to do. So I'm not going to do this option today. I'm not going to do the skiving option today. But I am going to do this option today, where you do a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch seam, whatever you decide to do. And I haven't even decided yet. And then you trim it. This becomes the outside, so your seam is on the outside, which is very common for leather bags to have the seam on the outside. Then I would edge coat this. So I would trim it. So I trim that to 1/8 of an inch, and then I would just edge coat that as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. The next one I'm going to make, and this is a pattern by Purses by Holly. And Holly is a leather maker, so she's a smartie. This is one of her, it's the XOXO leather tote. And it has lacing on it. It's extremely cute. If you haven't made this, oh, thank you, Deb. I get my nails done every 2 weeks. And here's why. My nails grow so fast. If I waited another week, look how long they are. I don't like, that's as long as they get. So I get them done every 2 weeks. It's one of the few luxuries I allow myself. Okay, so this is the other option for making leather bags. And I probably will do another tote in either this double-sided or the second roll of double-sided I have, is where you overlap. Now this, you can't see it on the inside because I lined this one. You overlap. So this seam right here is overlapped by 3/8 of an inch. So it's not nearly as thick as if you sewed it together and opened your seam and all that. It's only, it's much, much easier. So I will probably do that, but if you notice, this is all one piece from side to side. So yeah, this tote is by Purses by Holly, and it's called the XOXO tote. If one of you guys could link it. Purses by Holly, she's on Etsy. And then it has the lacing. This lacing is extremely easy. Don't be intimidated. She gives you a template for it. Thank you, Dawn. She gives you a template for it, and then you just need, and this is also leather. This blue is also leather. So there's really 4 options for doing the seams on a leather tote. This is probably the most common and the most professional looking, in my opinion, is where you just overlap it and top stitch it. There, I did use water, the Aquilium 315 cement here. So that's the kind of the plan. Let me put my coffee on my warmer. So when I want to sip, I can have hot coffee. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so let me put you back up here. And I already marked for where I want my cell phone pocket to go. And so, like I said, this is a 7, I think, wait, 8x5 piece of leather. So I centered the bottom, and I came up an inch from the bottom and marked my center. Then I put some double-sided tape on here. And I'm just going to take off the paper off the tape. Hi, Lowell. Oh, you're redoing your kitchen? Oh my gosh. That's a work in progress, isn't it? We don't need to redo our kitchen, but we do need to repaint our cabinets. So I think Tony's going to try that. We don't really want to reface them. It's so expensive to do that, honestly. Hi, Deanna. All right, so an inch up from the bottom, centered. And you just want to make sure that you're getting that straight. So let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now, if you have any marks from your leather marker, get those off as early as you can. All right. Now I'm going to sew down each side and the bottom and back up. Now I have plenty of thread for this. I did put a brand new leather needle in, by the way, and I am going to pull my threads to the back. So I'm going to start way up here on the top. Oh, my magnet is catching. How funny is that? Okay. I don't want any bunching of my thread, so I'm trying to grab them. And I am using about 4.5 inch stitch length. You painted your cabinets and you love it? Oh, it is crazy expensive. Oh, I know. So we're probably going to do it ourselves. I'm not sure. We haven't decided. It's way down on the list of things that need to be done. So when you're doing top stitching for leather or really anything, you just want to go slow and make sure everything is nice and straight. Okay. And I'm going to pull those to the inside and tie those off. I don't mind having a knot on the inside. Okay. And this gold hardware, this is from my website. This gold hardware with this pumpkin and taupe is perfect. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Denise. Thank you, Barb. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty leather. And, you know, we're going to see how this turns out. I really, this is an experiment, and you're joining me for the experiment. Let me just say that. Can you guys hear the thunder out there? We might lose power. I have no idea. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. Now I am going to put some rivets here. So let me grab some rivets. And I'm just going to put one on each side. And so I have to avoid my stitching, so I'm just thinking where I'm going to put them. Let me pull you down here so you can see better. I think I'm going to put them right in this corner right here and here. Because you can't do it over your stitching or it'll decrease the integrity of your stitching. That's what I think. We've got thunder and lightning too. It's not raining right this minute, I don't think. I can't tell. No, but we've got a lot of thunder and a lot of noise. Okay, there's going to be a little noise right here. Okay. One more. Okay. I gotta put my tools away as I go. Otherwise, I'm gonna have tools everywhere, guys. Okay. Perfect. All right, let me go press those. My press is right behind me. All right, I'll be right back. Probably can still hear me. Perfect. Okay. Very nice. I can't put my phone in there right now to test it because I control my cameras on my phone. But there you go. I think it'll be fine. Let me measure. I'll just measure. So my phone with my case is about 3¼ Oh yeah, should be perfect. Perfect. All right. I love it so far. So the next step is to put on my tag, my handle connectors. I didn't do much with those. I cut these out on my 4-ton press. I have a die. And if you're a leather maker and you have a 4-ton press, I got this die off of Etsy. And the guy is in Hong Kong. And he's fast and very accurate. They're great dies. I really like them. I got 3 of them. I got this die from him for strap connectors, and I got 2 zipper overlays. I love them. All right, let me grab my hot coffee from off my hot plate. Perfect. So now you're going to help me decide where these go. Hi, Marianne. Annie, you painted the kitchen cupboards, and it was a lot of work, but saved a huge amount of dollars. I know. I kind of dread the mess. Now, I won't be doing any painting. I guarantee you that. Tony won't let me. But I kind of dread the mess, I have to say. So let's decide where we want these. I have to avoid the snap, obviously. What do you think about that? Can you see it? It's 2 inches in and 2 inches down. Let me see. What do you think? About 2 inches in and 2 inches down. That's probably about the same. I could probably just go 1.5 inches in and 2 inches down. What do you guys think? It was a huge mess, yeah. Candace, I don't have him listed yet. I will. Once I'm done here, I'll put the link to the dye guy. His name was Ken, I believe. And I'm just going to tell you full disclosure what happened. He got them done and he mailed them, and they got delivered to someone in Georgia. So I reached out to him and he said, oh dear, he said, that was my shipping delivery company. They messed up. He goes, I'll make a new set immediately. And he did, and that got him within a week. So you like the first way, the 2 inches? 2 inches is better? Okay. 2 inches by 2 inches. So right there. That's far enough away from my snap that when I sew this, it's not going to get in my way. Okay. 2 by 2 it is, guys. 2 by 2. Isn't there a song about 2 by 2? Isn't that about Noah's Ark? 2 by 2. Okay. 2 by 2. Yeah. Okay, let's try this one, see if I can get them even. Thank you, Cynthia. It is really pretty. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Let me see. That's 1 3/4 inches. That's 1 3/4 inches. Okay. This needs to come down just a hair. Okay, that's too far. There we go. Yeah, did I mess it up here? Nope, that's perfect. Okay, let me just look at it. Uh-oh. I dropped it. All right. This is not quite as close. So I need to pull this over just a hair. There we go. That's better. Now I need to measure again. I know, I'm kind of weird that way, aren't I? That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get the other two on while I have all those measurements in my head. 2 by 2. And then we'll sew them on. Okay. All right, how we do? Let's see. That's exactly like the other side. Oh my gosh, and so is that. Now let's see how far in this is. Yep. Oh my gosh, does that look even? Let me see. What do you think? All right, let's sew it on. It's handmade. It's not going to be absolutely 100% perfect. Okay, now I am going to decrease my stitch length just to about a 4 for this part. And then I will pull those to the inside, my threads too. Okay, let's do it. I want this side to be over there when I sew these, so I'm gonna, let's see, how am I gonna do this? Yeah, I want to start right here. I want the narrowest part of my foot to be up here so I can get as close to my D-ring as possible. That's what I'm fussing about. I'm just looking at comments. Oh, Annie, are you going to be in Mirror Bay? Uh-oh, I just unthreaded my machine. That's not good. Well, this is fun. Watch Barb thread her machine. Mm-hmm. Let me check my bobbin. I have enough for this. Oh, Annie, let's go for lunch. When you get here, let's go for lunch. I'd love to meet your husband, too. Maybe the 4 of us could go for lunch. Watch Barbie thread the needle. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. You have that same machine. I'm using this is the right zipper foot. When I sew this thing together, I am going to change my foot. So I have a little grip. There we go. All right, now let's try this again. There we go. This is the right zipper foot. I leave it on a lot. Because I do a lot of zippers, you know, and I don't want to have to mess with changing my foot every time I need to add a zipper. I know. All right, now I'm going to turn and I'm going to just go backwards to avoid that D-ring. Now we'll go forwards. Oh, cheesecake, yum. Tony loves cheesecake too. All right. Let's see how we did. Now these stitches are going to be visible on the inside. It's double-sided leather. It's left raw edge on the inside. Not raw edge, but you know what I mean. You know, I need to reach out to Garth and ask him. He is a master leather maker. Oh my gosh, I can't get that to come. Why not? What he would do. Goodness gracious. I don't know why it won't come. Because I'm live. There we go. Oh, that was a booger. I'll have to ask Garth what he's not here today, I don't believe. What he would recommend. I should reach out to him. All right, let's tie this off here in the back. And then I am going to add, once I get these done, I'm going to add 2 rivets on each one. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'll add 2 rivets there. All right, let's do this other one. What was the name of the dye guy? His name was Ken. I don't know. I can't remember the name of his shop on Etsy, but his name was Ken. Is that his real name? I'm sure it's not. Yeah. Okay, backwards, so I avoid my hardware. I'm going to turn it around and go forwards. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this to the back. I think it'll be easier if I do them one at a time rather than together. There we go. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Annie. Oh yeah, that was a heck of a lot easier, wasn't it? All right, I'm just evening up my threads so it makes it easier to tie them off. I'll look him up and post the link in the, I'll do it on the Facebook group and I'll put it in the description of the video. Oh my gosh, that looks so good, you guys. Is it perfect? No, but it's good. Okay, let's add some rivets. Let's see. And I'm going to measure for these. I know that's being kind of anal, but oh, Bonnie, the 4-time press is for leather dyes. You know, at some point I probably should do a video on using that. I've never done it. Let's see, this is an inch and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this as even as absolutely possible. That's good enough. I got my 4-time press from the Buckle Guy. Best thing I ever did. I love it. They're not cheap, and I didn't have it for a very long time either. Ready? Noise. Noise. Okay. Perfect. Where's my... let me see. Let me use these. You have a 1-ton arbor press. I don't know if that would work for these leather dyes. I'm not that experienced. I just know that my friend Anne spent my money and told me where to get it, and I got it. Okay. So it's all her fault. Now, on these, because I'm going through a really thick 3 layers of 4.2 ounce leather. I'm using long rivets. These are rivets I sell on my website. They're long rivets. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. All right, let's do this side. How far did I go up there for that? Okay. And how far did I go up? 1, 2. Sorry guys, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Where did my, oh, here it is. Her dies are wooden, I think, most of them, which are perfect for a 2-ton press, 1-ton or 2-ton, and work just fine. Lori does her stuff all the time. But because I was doing leather, I wanted something a little more sturdy. Okay. Perfect. This is time consuming. You know, there's just no way around it. It's just very time consuming. I'll do a video on my 410 and my leather dies some point. Uh-oh. All right, let me go press these real quick. Oh my. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the inside. Huh. And this is what it looks like on the outside. Okay. All right, now let's do this other one. Oh. This is the back. You know what? I'm going to change my bobbin. I have plenty. I just, when you're top stitching, I don't want to run out of bobbin. That would be a nightmare. I have plenty to finish these two. Okay. Let's do it. Let me read comments. Absolutely, Kathy. You can make it with vinyl or cotton. Yeah, the pattern that I provide, the free pattern, gives measurements for lining too. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn around and go backwards. Just a couple stitches, and then I miss my hardware, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I'm going to pull that thread, if I can get to it. Okay. I held on to the wrong thread. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, let's tie those off. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, do I like the double-sided leather, or do I prefer having a lining? I won't know until I finish this, but my inkling is that I prefer a lining, but I don't know yet. All right, let's do this one. Let me have a drink of water. Uh-oh, Candace, be safe. We have all kinds of weather issues here right now. It's not bad right this second here, but she's over a little bit, so she's probably getting the worst of it right now. Oops. That thread skipped, so hold on. Nope, it still skipped. Oh, my thread broke. Well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Stuff happens, you know. Yeah, my thread frayed a little. We will just go with it, you know. Not much else you can do. Okay, so let's see, where was I? Let me see if I can just go with where exactly I was in the same hole. Yeah. And I'm going to do one back stitch there. Because you don't want that coming out. All right. We say that. One little back stitch is not the end of the world. Although I don't like it, but that's the way it goes. Always. It doesn't happen always, Dawn. Exactly. Okay, I just got to come over just a little. There we go. And let me pull that thread. If I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. I just decided to backstitch that one, and I don't think you'll even notice. No, you won't. You'll tell on the inside, but you know. Okay, there we go. Now let's add our rivets. Where's my ruler here? And you guys, I'm using the hole in this 1-inch ruler to add my first, let's see, what did I do? Yeah. To use to add my marks for my rivets. You know, you use what you have. And then this one was, so here, I'm going to say this out loud so I can remember. I'm using my 1-inch ruler, and I'm using the hole in the ruler, and I'm coming up centered 1 inch and 5/8 for the top hole. And then the bottom hole, I came up 3/4. Centered. How fancy is that? Okay, what did I say? 1 inch and 5/8 for the top hole, top rivet, and 3/4 for the bottom, centered. Very technical. All right, let's get my stuff. Oh, I put it over here. Okay. These, I do, but I didn't have it handy, Lori. These little hole punch dies, I also got at Tandy, and they are just fabulous. Now, I have a discount at Tandy. I get 15% off. So, there is that. Where'd my rivets go? I do. It's one of those rivet guides by Jolie Lee. I don't know where it is. I'm sure it's somewhere very important, and I don't see it off the top of my head here. But that is a great tool. I use it all the time. But today, I just used what I had. Okay, so this will finish the front and the back. Okay, let me go press those. Perfect. All right, so there's the front and the back. Let me have a sip of coffee. That coffee is so hot on that warmer that I'm going to take it off for a minute. Okay. Now, let's do the sides. I'm just thinking. So I want to do the sides. So these are going to be right sides together, and I'm going to grab these little clips because they hold things extremely well. Hi, Ellie. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before I do that? I'm going to tape it. This leather is extremely slippery. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Yeah. So I'm putting my linings right sides together. Am I frozen? It doesn't look like it. I'm seeing it on YouTube. You want to refresh? Oh no, it is frozen. Nope, I'm back. Hello? Can you hear me now? Not now? It froze, it did. All right, so I'm taking the front and back. That's weird, isn't it? I'm gonna do the front first. So I've got my front piece. I put a piece of double-sided tape. That was weird. And I'm gonna put my lining pieces right sides together. Because remember, this is how I'm gonna do it. Where this ends up being the outside. Yeah, I think it is the weather. Although it's not raining right this second, and it's just cloudy, but who knows? All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and use some clips as well. Oh, you've got major, oh boy. So it's probably coming this way. Yeah, it's supposed to be bad all day. So if we lose it, we'll just resume tomorrow. So I'll just give you a heads up. If I lose you guys because of the weather, we will resume tomorrow. All right, now I am going to do a 3/8 seam allowance. And I'm going to put my stitch length at 4. So this is really by the seat of my pants, you guys. I'm just not sure if this is going to work. I think it will, but we'll see. It's perfect. Okay. No, it did freeze for just a second. I have no idea why. Because we don't have any bad weather right this very second. Okay. Is the sound bad? Bonnie, is the sound bad? Can you not hear me? Can you hear me? Sound is off and on for me. Try to go out and then in. Back on. Oh, no. Weird. Candace, I'm glad. Everything okay over there? Okay. So, this might really be okay. I'm going to do this other side, and then I'm going to go cut these. I think it'll be easier. Whoops, I need to put this on the other side. I think it'll be... Oh, I did already. You guys, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. And then I will go in my cutting room on my cutting table, and I have the camera on in there. So I'll just take you with me. I need this piece. My lining sides together. Okay, thanks guys. I don't know. When I saw the weather was supposed to be bad today, I thought, oh dear, that could be a challenge. But we'll just go with it, you know? You just do the best you can. Okay, let's do that. Seam at 3/8. I'm gonna have to change my bobbin in a minute. Let's see how far we get. I'm gonna knock these on the floor. The sound is cutting in and out. Not good. Hi, Livia. So weird. When you were clipping, I heard you sewing. It's good here. Okay. All right, so this is what we have so far. There's our two sides. So I'm going to take you into, maybe that'll help by changing the camera. I'm going to take you into my cutting room, so you're going to see that here in a second, and I'm going to walk over there. Okay, and I'm going to trim those sides to a little more than an 1/8. I don't have my phone, so I can't see what you're doing, what you're seeing, but get a ruler. So now I'm going to trim these sides, and look at these weights that my friend Donna sent me. I love them. So I'm going to trim this. This is going to be interesting. To about 1/8 of an inch. These are fabulous. In fact, I might buy some more. So I'm trying to get it pretty straight. It's kind of hard to see my seam. Okay. Let's just try it. You have to have a really sharp blade. Let's see how it did. Oh my gosh. That's good. Can you see it? Okay, I'm going to do this side. It's kind of hard to see the stitching and where I'm lining my ruler. That's what I'm struggling with. Just trying to get it even. Okay. I'm going to turn this so I can do it with right-handed. All right, here we go. Let's try it again here. That is good. That is good. Oh my gosh. All right, let me go over here and we'll add the other two sides. Can you hear me as I'm walking over here? And let me change it. How fancy is that? Hi, guys. Oh, good. Okay. All right, so, and I will probably edge coat this, but I'm not going to do it today. So now we need to add some more double-sided tape. On both insides. Piping going down the seam. Yes. It would, Valerie. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Let me have a drink of water. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little trickier, I think, to be quite honest. Maybe not. So I'm adding my linings right sides together. Okay. Let me make sure I don't have my, both my are going up, my tops. Okay. All right, let's sew that together at the seam allowance. 3/8. Oh, I didn't change my bobbin. I did, Bonnie. World of difference. World of difference, Bonnie. Okay. I'm going to change my bobbin. I just don't want to risk it. I have probably enough to do that next part, but I am not going to tempt fate. This bobbin will get me through to the finish. I don't think it's for me. I don't have anything coming today that I know of. Huh. They are strong. They go through tons of layers, Bonnie. Thank you, Donna, if you're still here. I love them. Thank you, Donna, if you're still here. I love them. I probably will order some more. Oh, it is for me. Oh, it's not my normal guy, though. I have no idea what that is. All right, let's put this together. This is probably the biggest challenge. What is that? What was ordered? Maybe Tony ordered something. That's what we're going to say. We'll go get it. Dawn, those are from, if you go on the Facebook group and find the post that I thanked Donna for them, I think somebody linked them. Hi, Judy. There's my friend Judy. Should I go get the package? Should I go get it? Okay, I'm gonna go get it. Hold, please. I have no idea what it is. None. Let's go see. Okay, it's not for me. Tony ordered something for his new, our lawnmower died and he had to buy a new one. So that's something for his lawnmower from Toro. Okay, because I thought I didn't order anything. Thank goodness. All right, let's do this side. So nothing exciting from the old mail delivery, darn it. It's all boring stuff for lawnmowers. Okay. Oh, really? You ordered the 40 pound? I really like the 100 pound only because I can put multiple layers and I don't have any issues. All right. Oh my gosh, this is coming together. I don't know how I feel about this yet. All right, let's go in the other room and I'll cut these sides off. Can you hear me? Here I come. Let's see how this is going to go. I'm hoping it will go fine. I don't know. Man, it's so dark in here because it's dark outside. Okay. Oop. Yeah, it's getting, my D-ring is causing just a bit of havoc. All right, let's try it. You still have to hold it, at least I do, for comfort. Oh my gosh. Perfect. One more. Let's see. This way. So I know you guys probably do too. I love trying new things. And this is definitely a new thing for me. This bag. And how I'm doing these seams. Okay. Oops, it moved. Hold. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's just perfect. So I did 3/8 of an inch seam and I trimmed them down to just a little more than 1/8 of an inch. All right, let's go do the bottom. Here I am. Okay. The package was for Tony. It's something from Toro for his new lawnmower. All right, guys. So this is probably going to be the most challenging. I have my centers marked. Although I didn't mark my centers on here. Darn it. So let me do that. I didn't mark the centers on my front and back. Bad. Very bad. Okay. Oh, I'm like, what? Wrong. Let me clip this. There we go. Okay. Now, let's think about this. I have to think about this for just a minute. How I want to do this. Let me have a drink of water. So, let's think. Do I want to do it like the sides? Let me just clip it and see. I didn't think this part through. This was probably, I knew this would probably be the most challenging. Am I what? Yes, Mona, I am. I'm going to stop at a line. Yep. And I am. So let's think this through. I think I'm just going to do it the same way. Let's see. So I'm going to mark in about 3/8 to a 1/2 inch and stop and start there. I just marked it on the wrong side. Let's get it together and then, so if I do that on that side, then I do the same thing on this side. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. Then when I do this, that'll be that way too. I think that'll work. What do you guys think? I think that'll work. Okay. We're going to try it. I am going to add some tape, though, because if I don't, then it's going to move on me. This stuff is so slippery. So I'm just adding tape to the inside bottom. Yeah, same as the sides. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing it the same as the sides. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure that I like that. So let me do something here. Hold on. Let me put this tape on. If I didn't do it that way, and I did it this way, let's try this way and see what it does. And I sewed the bottom, not the same, just a normal seam. Oh. Then you're going to have a seam on the inside. I don't like that, because then you'd have that seam on the inside. No, I'm going to do it the same as the outside. Okay. Yes, pray Judy. All right. Yeah. Let's just do it. You know, it's just a tote. You guys, it's just a tote. So let's do this. Find my centers. I've got my inside lining, or my inside piece, right sides together. I know next time I'm going to do it like my friend Holly has in her pattern. That is not centered. I don't know why, but it's not. Let's move it over. Okay, that's better. I like the overlapping seam that I did on that XOXO tote better. So we'll do that next time. All right. Cut little boxes. Yes, I am going to do that. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I am going to do that. Let me just make sure. Same aside. Okay, work do it. Cut little boxes out from the bottom piece. Totally learning curve. Cut a 3/8 out of your bottom piece. But if I cut a 3/8 out, then when I go to do this, that'll look weird, right? When I go to do this part. Right? I'm gonna just sew this. I think I'm gonna clip it though. I'm gonna clip it just a little and sew this, and I'll probably end up doing a box. Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. Yeah. 3/8. There we go. Yeah, I'll stop at my seam allowance. Yep. I'm starting and stopping at my seam allowance. One. Yep. Yeah, I did mark it, Sandra. This bag's taking a village to make, by the way. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So that looks good. Now let's do this side. And I marked those already. You know what we need? We need a helpline for bag makers. 24-hour helpline for bag makers. Wouldn't that be cool? People could call in from all over the world with a bag making question. All right. I like it so far. Now I am going to clip these corners. I'm not going to clip all the way in because I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm going to clip a little bit at my starting and stopping point. Okay. This is making me very thirsty. Wouldn't that be cool? A 1-800 bag making. 1-800 bag making. 1-800 help me bag. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, so here, let's do this side. Gotta get it under there. Oh, squish. Oh, I gotta get my needle up out of the way. That might help me. Okay, here we go. I gotta get it under. Oh, I should have changed my foot. I knew there was something that I didn't do that I needed to. Darn it. Let me see. There we go. Got it. It's stuck. So far, so good. Okay. I'm getting to this end over here. Make sure I'm lined up. We'll see. Now, oh my. So, let's see. Let me see. It's kind of hard for you to see what I'm looking at here. I think this is gonna work. Will it be perfect? No, probably not, but let's see. Oh, you know what I did? I sewed all the way down my sides. I should have left that unsewn by my seam allowance too. But that is going to be okay. So what we're going to do, let me see. You know my cheap seam ripper jack that I've had forever, I've had out so many times lately, it broke the other day. I've had that seam ripper for, I don't know, 20 years. And it broke the other day. This piece came off. I think I have another one of those cheapos somewhere. But I'll just use this one for now. So I'm just going to open this just a little. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I know. You know, every bag has flaws. Even the bags that you buy for hundreds of dollars, the leather bags, they have flaws. They do. Yeah, that's what I needed to do. So keep in mind, Barb, next time you look at this video, when you're sewing your sides on, leave your 3/8 seam unsewn on the side seams because we need that to be able to lay flat. Barbie, are you hearing me? Mm-hmm. Pay attention, Barb. Yeah. Y'all. And I used some really good double-side tape. There we go. There we go. That's the ticket. I think I'll be okay. I know what you mean, Dawn. But I think I just slobbered on myself. I think I'll be okay. Because I'm going to go over that high up. That's my plan. Hi, Judy. Okay. Let's do it, guys. Let's just do it. Let's have another little sip of water. This thing is the best thing since sliced bread. All right, here we go. Let me see. Because I'm going to be trimming this anyway. I need a snack from my snack box. I don't have my snackle box in here, but I do have a peppermint. Thank you, Judy, for the reminder. I need a little sugar. Okay. That was very smart. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So this side, I'm just gonna trim with my handy dandy sharp silver scissors. Oh, Connie, that's a good idea. Hi, Carla. Carla, you are not going to regret it. I'm going to order some more. I'm going to trim this to the same. See how sharp those scissors are? All right, let's do the other side. These scissors are dangerous though. They're so sharp. All right, let's do this side. Oh, you got it at Goodwill? Really? All right, I'm going to trim this edge. Okay. Now, those little threads. Now, I need to trim these edges. Let's just do it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but we're going to just do it. I'm going to be as precise as I can, and having a really sharp pair of scissors makes all the difference. I mean, it's cutting through this leather like butter. Okay. Let's do this side. Okay. I'm not a big fan of the raw edge. I'll just put it out there. I mean, even if you edge coat this, I'm not a big fan. I wouldn't do it like this again. So that's my thought. But let me finish it, and then we'll take a gander and decide together. Where's my coffee? Okay. Let me have a sip of coffee. Oh, you guys. Okay, I need a little positive reinforcement, so be sure to go click the thumbs up under Jeannie's Designs. Let's see if this will fit. I may have, let me just see. I may have to trim some of this off. Yeah, I'm going to trim just a little bit of this off. Let me mark it so it's even. Hold on. You don't want to have to struggle to get this in. So I'm going to trim off just a little bit on the ends. Let me see. I do that. Oh, let me try it first. Let's just put it in there and see, guys. Oh my gosh, it fits perfect. Thank goodness I did that before I cut any off, for heaven's sakes, Barbie. That false bottom fits in there perfect. And look at that. It's standing up perfectly. Oh my. Okay. So if you're joining late, let me tell you a little bit about my, you just got into trouble on my website. Oh, Billy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You're supporting my love here by buying stuff on my website. So I appreciate you. Okay, let me get this off of here because I marked it with my leather marking. So let's get this off of here before it stays. All right. So this, if you're just joining, and I made a false bottom. So this is the leather, and then these two pieces, this is major heavy duty leather stabilizer. I'll link it in the description below. I got it at Tandy. And I glued those two pieces together, let those dry. I used Aquilium 315, which is leather adhesive, water-based leather adhesive, and then I top stitched it. Look how firm that is. That is perfect for this tote. So then I'm going to put it in there because on the inside you can see my screws for my purse feet. So we're going to cover that up and see this. It'll stand up without this, but it's much better with it. Let me stand up. And it fits in. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it fits in there so perfectly. Oh my gosh. So now when you look inside, you've got that false bottom. And if for any reason you spill something in there or whatever, you want to take that out to clean it, you can. Take it out, put it back in. And it really looks finished. That bottom looks finished. Oh, okay. I love that. I love that. All right, now we're going to do our straps. What time is it? 12:30? Oh, 2 hours. So it's going to be 2.5 hours probably before we're done, but that's okay. That's okay. Now I'm going to do my straps. Let's see. I'm going to do my straps with the tan on the outside, like this. Okay. Let me get some of these clips. Then I am going to put 2 rivets in here as well. Let me see. I personally, even though this is just a shoulder bag, I prefer to have a strap that's removable in case I want to change it. And when I sell bags, I like to have it available to be removed. Oh, I need 2 more swivel clasps. Hold please. Let me go get some. I only got 2. Okay. Here I come. I had to turn the fan on, you guys. I have to crack myself up sometimes. Isn't bag making fun? Just the process of what you go through, you know, it's just a fun process. You know, sometimes it's not all about following a pattern. Okay, put this one on. All right. Uh-oh. went on your floor. Okay. Get the scissors out of the way. And here also, I am going to use my long rivets because these short rivets aren't going to be long enough. It's going through 4 layers of leather. So one, I need, let's see, 1, 2. I need, how many do I need? 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll just put a bunch in here. How about that? All right, let's mark them. And these, I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to do it where I want to. 1, 2. Okay. And I can use this for this because then I'm going to punch these holes. Then I'm going to mark where my other ones go. Okay. Very scientific process. Right there and right there. So I think, oh, it's pouring and thundering in Okeechobee. Oh dear. Yeah, it's coming here. It's going to be there here today too. Let's put our rivets in. That one didn't go. That one didn't punch. That's why I like that other dot hole punch. This sometimes doesn't get them. It did this time. Okay. Okay. Let's do this side. Tedious process, isn't it? Now, I would if this wasn't like a tester bag, I probably will sell this bag, but it'll be at a reduced price because it's a tester bag, and I'm not going to edge coat it. But if I was going to sell it for full price, I would edge coat everything. Okay. You really do need, these are 4 layers of 4.2 ounce leather. You do need long rivets for this. I don't think they would stay if you didn't. All right, so there's one strap. Let me do this other one. Okay. I've had this this hole punch. I bet I've had it, oh gosh, 5 years maybe. Maybe longer than that. Still works great. All right, let's cut these holes and then we'll go press our rivets and then we're done. And I want to talk a little bit about what I would do different and my thoughts about this double-sided leather. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that they'd be strong enough, Carla. I agree. These are pressed pretty good, and they're long. Okay. All right, let me go press these right over here. It's gonna take me a hot minute because there's 8 of them. Okay, that's 4. Okay. I have to clean up my space just a little bit, you guys. Hold on. Take a drink of water. All right. Here we go. This is a cute bag. This is a very cute bag. So let's put these on and we'll show you the finished product and then we'll talk about what I would do different next time and what I liked. Okay, let me snap. Oh my. Okay. Let me put it on. Oh my gosh, you guys, I do really like it. I do really like it, and I like the double-sided leather. I like not having to line something. All right, so here's what I think. I like the handles. These handles I made 30 inches. So both of these were 30 inches. So I had 4 1-inch pieces of leather, 30 inches. I glued them together So this was on the outside and this is on the outside. So I made them two-toned. And then I did an 1/8 of an inch top stitch down each edge. So they're not coming apart. They're glued and they're sewn. So 30 inches, 2 pieces glued together, and then I added, you just saw me add the rivets and the swivel clasp. So those I wouldn't really change. These connectors I wouldn't really change. I have the die cutter that I have. I'll go get it and show it to you. And 3/4 inch D-rings and then 2 rivets. I wouldn't change that at all. I like those. And you don't have to use swivels if you want to decrease your hardware. You could just attach them with square rings instead of D-rings. I like being able to remove my handles myself. Okay. Then you have a foam pocket that is 8 by 5 inches. So my cell phone, Tony isn't here, I'd go grab his phone, will slip right down in there easily. Just sewn on and a rivet on each side just to secure it. There are no pockets on the inside. Then I wouldn't change, so none of that I would change so far. The magnetic snaps I wouldn't change. There's 2 of them. So that keeps that nice and tight, so whatever you're putting in there isn't going to fall out. The false bottom is perfect. Absolute perfect. Removable. So what I would change. I think I would do it. I'm going to do another one and then we can compare. So I'm going to do another one like Holly does. I'm going to follow her pattern and just leave it raw edge, but I'm going to do the overlap. So this is overlapped and glued and then top stitched by, I think it's overlapped by 3/8 of an inch. And you see though the bottom, how different the bottom is. I like how this bottom is. There's not the raw edge on the bottom. The only raw edge on the outside of this one is this seam right here, this fold over, which you could top coat if you wanted to. And then there would be a top raw edge. So, but the pieces are different. So you'd have to go, I couldn't tell you the measurements for this because you'd have to go by her pattern. Purchased by Holly, the XOXO leather tote. Now, this one is lined, and so it has slip pockets and an inside zipper pocket, which I do like. But you wouldn't want to use double-sided leather for that. This pattern, she also has a pattern. It's the XOXO leather pouch. Cute as a bug in a rug. This is also lined. That Holly is a very good designer. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, so the only thing I would change, I don't mind this. I like it. I like the 2 tones on the outside because so you can see this. I like the 2-tone on the leather pocket and the strap connectors. I'm just talking out loud because I'm thinking as I'm looking. This one is wider. So this one I did make 6 inches wide. And so it actually, let's see how wide it is now. I do like the width better. So this one ends up being about 5 inches wide. I like that better than the 4-inch. Plenty of room for all your goodies. So I really don't mind the sides raw edged. I don't know that I really, really mind this. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I mean, this is a leather tote. This will last a lifetime. Very sturdy. And it stands up on its own with that false bottom in there. Perfect. I wouldn't skip the false bottom. So if you're just joining and you don't know what I mean, this is, I added a false bottom to the bottom of it. This is some heavy, heavy Tandy leather stabilizer, which I'll link in the description, glued to a piece of leather and then top stitched. And it fits perfectly. It makes this bag very sturdy on the bottom. So, you know, just like anything, the first time you make something, it's not gonna be perfect. The other thing you could do is pull these out and put some snaps there if you wanted to. So that's it. What time is it? 12:48. So 2 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad. All the thinking I went through. Make tote organizer. Can you fit several Jordan pouches and a big accordion wallet? Oh, easy. Easy. This thing is huge. It's 12 inches tall. Well, let me see. Yeah, it's actually, let's see. It's about 11 3/4 inches tall because all this is raw edge. And it ends up being 12 inches wide and 5 inches in. Oh, you could fit so much in here. You know, an iPad would fit in here. Depending on what size computer you have, it would fit in here. You could fit all kinds of stuff in there. You could fit a water bottle in there like this. My water thing. I mean, I wouldn't put it in here because it doesn't have a lid, but that fits in there perfectly. That's it, guys. So the pattern that I have on my website is a free pattern. It gives you measurements for this one. So here's the difference. This one is lined. This is also leather, but I did line this one. Okay, so do you see the difference? This one is much more substantial. This is a softer leather, so it's kind of, and I didn't put any interfacing in this at all. I didn't do a false bottom, which, you know, I could add that. But totally different. This one is much, much bigger, I think. There we go, guys. Thanks for being with me as part of this little journey. Be sure you go under Jeannie's Designs and hit the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It makes a big difference for me. Let me read some comments. You really like the new one? I do too. I could put a bottle holder in there. It would make the side seams thicker, so you'd have to think that through. Yes, absolutely, Mary. Send it to me. Do it. This would be good with the snaps on the side. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. Thanks, Janice. Thank you, guys. I'm continuing. Can you see that the wheels are turning? I'm continuing to think as I'm talking. All right, guys, I appreciate you so much. Be sure to click thumbs up and comment, share, whatever you want to do. I really, really appreciate it. And not only my channel and Lori from Wild Pony Designs, Dawn, please link your channel if you would real quick. And Lori has a website now. She's going to start selling some things. And then I sell all kinds of pre-made. This one will be for sale. These two are for sale. So, and all my bags are 35% off right now. Just so you know. And the hardware. Hardware's not for sale right now, but it's on.